Okay, moving on to the second part of this presentation. So I asked you, what do you think your team could deliver in 2 weeks? And we're going to start defining tasks. So as we move towards execution, we want to get our team together. I'd like you to do that. And I'd like you and your team to break down each task which will result in achieving the backlog item that you have chosen to deliver in 2 weeks. Put all these tasks on a simple board, and the board has 3 columns: to do, in process or in progress, and done. And then I would like you to meet daily with your team and update the board, very simply moving one piece of post-it from to do to in progress to done. Ideally, put the name of the person who is responsible for delivering that task as you move them across. And just like that, we've done a sprint backlog. So taking a product backlog item and putting it on the sprint backlog in order to deliver in the next 2 weeks. And we've also talked about the daily meeting, which can be called daily scrum or daily stand-up, whatever you want. We've also touched on the second important role in Agile, which is the team members. So the team members own the delivery and estimate the size of each backlog item. That's their job. So next question for you. Could you define with your team 2 weeks worth of tasks and discuss progress regularly? I'd like you to do that right after you've created your product backlog. So we're going to meet up every day, as we said. We're doing a sync up. It could be in person around a simple whiteboard, or it could be online with different tools like Zoom or whatnot. And sync up as often as you need. I mean, a lot of people get stuck on the idea of meeting every single day. I don't do it anymore. I do it twice a week, maybe 3 times a week, depending on the needs, depending on the maturity of the team. And ask the team member very simple questions. What happened yesterday? What will happen today? And are you blocked? If you're blocked, if a person is blocked, then we need to primarily deblock that person so that they continue to create value for the team. That's the number one priority. Now, at the end of those 2 weeks, we're going to have a couple of things. We're going to do a sprint review. So we're going to be sitting as a team and review what we have delivered. We're going to invite our stakeholders and capture their feedback, and that's called the sprint review. And then we're going to move to the retrospective. So the retrospective answers the question, how do we work more efficiently next sprint? And it's really focused on the process that we work as a team. So a retrospective is all about inspect and adapt. So we're going to ask ourselves 3 simple questions. We're going to bring a bunch of post-its and a whiteboard, and we're going to ask our team, what should we continue doing? What should we stop doing? And what should we start doing? I typically give people 5 minutes to put their thoughts together, and then I go around the room and everybody explains their thoughts. We try to avoid duplicate. So if people say the same thing twice, you don't need to repeat it twice. And just like that, we've talked about the daily scrum, and we've talked about the potentially shippable product increment, as well as the review and the retrospective. And that really concludes a simple sprint. It's that simple. So next question for you. What would you demonstrate based on the last 2 to 4 weeks? Are you able to right now demonstrate what you have delivered in the last 2 to 4 weeks? And if not, wouldn't it feel fantastic if every 2 to 4 weeks you had the opportunity to deliver something and to demonstrate to your stakeholders? If you do this, you should be able to. Now, next question, would your team benefit from a retrospective before your first sprint? Usually I start with the retrospective, and the reason why I do that is because it really allows a safe place for people to express their limits and their frustrations and what they would like to see change. And very quickly, within 2 weeks, you can show some progress by focusing on those improvements. Look, that's all we have for now. We're going to keep it light. We got more slides, but I thank you for your attention. And if you want to ping me, this is my address down below. Thanks very much.